It's Thursday, November 1st. Welcome to Pastor Bob Daily. You know, it's just 2 more days until I turn 60. I'm enjoying my last 2 days before I turn into a senior citizen. And people have asked me, what do you want for your birthday, Pastor Bob? And let me tell you what I'd like. You know, um, one of the biggest things on my heart these days is the homeless ministry. And some of you know that I've been involved a lot here in Nashville with the homeless. We're now involved with feeding 4,000 meals per month. It's a lot of meals, isn't it? And I'm real excited that we've been able to make a difference, but it's getting cold here, and people die during the winter because they're on the streets. And we have so many people on the streets, women, children, people that haven't been typically on the streets before. This economy has hit people really hard. One of the things we do during the winter is to provide some Mylar sleeping bags and blankets, and they keep people warm to sub zero weather. And you know what I'd like this time for my birthday? I'd like you to make a donation to the homeless ministry. That would mean so much to me. I don't ask about donations with this podcast, I never have. But if you'd like to do something for my birthday, thank you. I appreciate that. It means a lot to me. And you will find my PayPal address on my personal page at the end of this video. It's just pastorbobbeeman.com, and you can make a donation to the homeless ministry there. And man, I would appreciate that so much. Well, Raimundo from Facebook says, I send you this message because I have a problem. I've fallen in love with a girl that is not a Christian. She's living a lifestyle that's very different from mine. Alcohol, weed, etc. It's difficult because I like her. What can I do? Raimundo, you are not the first person to fall in love with somebody that maybe you shouldn't. I've been there too. You know, it's so easy to become infatuated or what we feel like in love with someone that maybe we shouldn't be in love with. And that's one of the reasons the Bible tells us to guard our hearts. But what's wrong with falling in love with the wrong person? Well, as I've talked about before, you know, love doesn't just stay in that romantic stage. It doesn't stay there. For anyone, it doesn't stay there. And those feelings that you have of attraction during the very beginning are not things that last. And so what really lasts are those things that you have in common. Those things that you feel good about each other. Those things that you share for the rest of your life. And those will always be the things that matter. And let me tell you, as a Christian, my faith is the most important thing to me. I can't imagine being close to somebody, actually the closest person to me, not sharing my faith. Because after that puppy love or after that romance stage, the very first stage, begins to dwindle, I'm left with who I am and who she is. Now, that's a really important thing. And Raimundo, it's so easy to fall in love with the wrong person and to tell yourself all kinds of things like, well, she'll change. Or, you know, we may not have our faith in common, but, you know, we have our love in common or whatever. People make all kinds of excuses. If you talk to a lot of divorced people that got married under those situations, they'd probably tell you a whole different story, wouldn't they? You see, it's important that you understand that love is lasting. And when it matures, when it's not just in the romantic stage, then it needs some things to mature with. Your faith is one of those. Your interests are another. You know, the things that you have in common become more important than ever at that place. And I've said that our relationships go through 3 stages. The romantic stage is first. It's that thing that you feel, Raimundo. the thing that brings you together with another person, but it goes into the realistic stage where you don't feel quite the romance anymore. You begin to see the person for who they are, and you realize that there are things you like about them, things you don't like so much about them. And if you get through the realistic stage, it gets into the secure stage, where you realize that what you have is lasting and you can make it. But you see, if you don't have some good things to build on, Raimundo, you'll never get to those last two stages. And so it's my prayer that you'll keep your eyes open, that you won't just fall from somebody because you have romantic feelings, but that you really make a wise choice in who you'd like to marry for the rest of your life. It's an important decision. God bless you. Have a great day.